Hello everybody, this is Con, and today's video I'm reviewing the Toyota Innova X. This is the range-topping variant of the Innova model family. 9,000 ringgit more expensive than the Innova G that Bobby reviewed some months back. Link is in the description section below. Check that out. So on the road, the Innova X, now zero GST and all that, is priced at 125,000 ringgit, okay, versus the Innova G at 116,000 ringgit. So 9,000 ringgit difference. What do you get? Headlights. We will start with the headlights. The Innova X gets LED headlamps. Okay. The G variants and below get halogen. And you get a 360-degree camera, which is also present in the Innova G. But this is I quite like this integration. It's very neat. And of course, overall styling, right? You see the Innova X, it has that sort of like, all those dark claddings at the running the lower part of the body to give you a sort of pseudo SUV kind of appearance. But you look at it from the side, right? Okay, one more thing, the Innova X also has 17-inch alloy wheels. All other variants of the Innova have 16s. Okay, so this is one size bigger, but even then, right, you actually look from the side, it seems a little under-tired. The rim seems a little small for the body, but for reasons which I would explain later, I wouldn't recommend upsizing your rims to 18 inches lah. Okay, you also get this decal stickers at the side. I'm not a fan of these shades, to be honest. These door visors, not a fan of those. You get spoiler here. Rear fog lights are now standard stuff in all Toyota models. So at the back you see the dark claddings run around the corner of the bumper with this silver highlight there as well. Okay, so overall this is the appearance of the Innova X. It's quite a distinctive appearance, when you park it side by side with the Innova G. But yeah, at this, to me, there is a slight hint of tackiness to it. I personally prefer the standard Innova's appearance. Yeah, but then again, when you buy an Innova, right, it's really not about looks. It's about the practicality of the vehicle. Okay. Oh, one more thing, just to show you. At the side here, you see this is the side camera for the 360-degree camera. Okay, right. So we look in the boot. Right. So the Innova is a 7-seater. Okay, from the Innova, exclusive to the Innova X, you get the 2 captain seats, which I will show you from the front later on, and the back row, okay, these 2 seats, they split 50-50, but they seat 3 across. So let's show you with the seats down. Okay, so this is the amount of space that you have, of cargo space you have, if you want to fully utilize the seating capacity. Okay, then of course this headrest is removable, so you may want to do that for better rearward visibility. So you notice the side here, these holes. This is for you to put the headrest in. Nice. Okay, so nicely slot your headrest there, and these clips here you can use to hang your things. So these seats naturally they can be released. So what you do is pull. Okay, nice. It's a nice one-touch action. I like it. Okay, so allow me to demonstrate that from the right side as well. Just pull this. The seat rest topples down. Pull this up and hook. Okay, and yeah, so you get a bigger, well, cargo floor, but it's not flat really. So so if you have big bulky items to load, it may rock about a bit, but you get the sheer volume to put your things. So let's drop the seats, then go in from the front to explore passenger room. Okay, so exclusive to the Innova X, firstly, are these captain seats. Okay, 2 individual captain seats, and you also get a black leather finish and this wood trim. Okay, wow, who dirty this? Okay, anyways, this wood trim, okay, is also exclusive for the Innova X. You get this table tray. This is not exclusive lah. This is available in the lower range models as well. Press this to lower it, and then of course, as to get coming together with these captain seats, you get extra cup holders that fold down like this. It's 12-volt socket at the base of the floor, and also you get another two USB ports. Okay, that's accessible for both the front and rear passengers. Okay, so ISOFIX mounts are integrated together with these captain seats. You get the mounts here, here, and there. So, access to the rear. Pull this lever. One touch, very, very nice. Okay, and then you step in. Okay, so you get this adjustable headrest up as well, and okay, this is not very spacious, but the good thing is, but you do get blowers here that blow cool air straight at you. I assume that will be nice. And this is a deep cup holder as well. This is also very nicely partitioned. This whole area is very nicely partitioned. You got 2 cup holders, and you got a pretty long tray, so you can store quite a bit of items. Over the other side, so over this side you get this single cup holder, not as long a storage tray, but this is unavoidable because this is where the refueling hose is. So too bad. So how do I get out? Oh, okay, nice, one touch. So you pull this lever, okay, pull this lever, and the seat just tumbles forward. Nice. Let's see what it's like to be seated here. So now the captain's chair is adjusted to its frontmost position. I've got about a foot of space. Adjust it all the way back. Got this much, right? Just, I think, got an extra 4 inches or so of space. Also, you get this fold down armrest here. Okay, pretty comfortable. So up here you get dedicated rear zone climate control, more roof mounted blowers. This is not a sunroof, This is not a sunroof. This is just ambient lighting. It's a nice looking touch, to be honest, but a bit unnecessary. Alright, let's look at the dashboard. So the door card. Now this is a very interestingly sculpted door card. So you have this piece that comes out like this. So when you drive, right, okay, when you're sitting here, right, you rest your arm, something like this lah. And so this is where you hold the door when to close it. And well, you get an okay length storage bin here, and here at the side here of the dashboard, okay, you see you get this fold out cup holder. The mechanism feels solid enough. This is the switch to activate your 360-degree camera, front parking sensors. So another thing exclusive to the Innova X, electric seat adjustment. Right, and let's take a look at the overall architecture of the cabin. Check this out. This actually looks nice. I mean, we've always known the Innova to be a utilitarian vehicle, right? But you have to commend Toyota for actually, putting in a fair degree of flair to the design. Of course, the materials still feel like it comes from a pickup truck, but at least appearance-wise, right, this is not too bad. So let's get in and start the engine. So fancy stuff here. This instrument cluster has got a nice 3-dimensional design, and you've got a center multi-info display. Okay, it's got color, but the display, the information shown here is pretty basic stuff. Nothing fancy. So you can just adjust your settings, the customization. Wow, what can you do? So, pretty alright. Pretty fancy looking, nothing spectacular, but fancy looking enough. So this is the DVD X 2-DIN touchscreen system, and you can actually adjust the tilt angle of the screen. to various levels, or you can just open the display so that you can insert CD. Alright. Oh, okay, so you got the you use the 2-finger gesture to close it. Okay, let's check it again. So open ready, you insert your CD. I do not know how many people still use compact disc today, but I like that. Okay, well, auto climate control, but it's single zone at the front, and also there's a separate one at the back. You get adjust your fan speed, temperature. Nothing spectacular, but gotta say these knobs feel pretty solid. It looks like they will last quite a fair degree of abuse. And you go down here. Oh, check this out. Power and economy mode. The last time I saw power and economy mode switch was in my old Vera 1.6. This certainly brings back memories. Okay. So lower down at the base of the center console, you've got your 12-volt socket here. Okay, you've got your 12-volt socket here, and so this is a decently, deep storage area where you can chuck your phone here, okay, or you can put it here. So this whole compartment is partitioned into three slots, which you can, how you want to organize your things. Then here you've got this cup holder here, which I don't quite see the point. I'd rather they just have freed up this whole space to form a large rectangular storage bin. Then here there's another center console storage box here. Nothing inside. It's just it's a decently sized, big enough to store many items. And the glove box is surprisingly small. Oh no, there are two glove boxes. So you've got this one, looks like a document tray. Oh, okay, check this out. All right, so inside, right, this area can be chilled. You have this slot here which you can bleed cool air from the air conditioning system, okay, to cool this area. So let's say you want to put like whatever things you want to keep cool, this is the place to put. Okay, and here this is the main glove compartment, which you can store some bigger items as well. Yeah, overall, I would say in conclusion, this cabin, very nice design, very fanciful. I salute Toyota for the flair. Quality is more utilitarian, more robust rather than fanciful. So these materials are not plush. They look luxurious, but they are actually more of utilitarian grade rather than a luxury grade kind of material. So but this wood trim, it adds to the illusion lah. This wood trim adds to the illusion. But I like the appearance of this dash. Really, I like the appearance of this dash. I like that Toyota put in the effort for what is what most of us would think of as just as a soccer mom vehicle, supposed to be a very basic vehicle, but Toyota put in the effort, the design effort, to give it a bit of flair. Yeah, so this is very nice. Okay, so now we're in a parking lot. I'm going to try out the Innova's 360-degree camera. Now, as you can see, right, okay, now the stitching of images, okay, is pretty good. Okay, it's very seamless, quite nicely done, as you can see from these lines here, how the lines join. Very nicely done. The resolution of the camera is actually so-so, but good enough to have. Is good enough that that is there, that it helps you to spot any obstacles around your car. So as much as I always praise Mercedes and BMW for giving super high res cameras, right? Medium res cameras like the one you see here is actually good enough already, because these cameras are not here for you to see movie. They are here for you to spot obstacles so that you don't accidentally run down a kid or a dog or a cat or hit a palang somewhere like that. So it's good enough that it's there. Okay, so and I think really the good stitching of the images really deserve to be highlighted. You barely can tell the transition from one camera's image to the other, but then again, maybe it's because the resolution is low, right? So the transition is easier to blur out. But hey, overall, useful feature, especially for a car the size of the Innova. So in recent years, right, I have had the opportunity to travel to many ASEAN countries and India as well. Okay, so wherever you go to all these developing countries, right, India, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, you will notice that the Innova is a very popular choice amongst the taxi drivers, even here in Malaysia as well. So it's not a bad thing, okay, because when your car is a popular pick amongst taxi drivers, right, it only means one thing: this car can last, because taxi drivers are amongst the harshest users of a motor vehicle that you can find anywhere. And if any model of car is often seen as taxis, you would suspect that that car can take a fair amount of abuse, and that is what the Innova is. So the Innova is built on the IMV platform, and it's based, so means that it is mechanically related to the Hilux and the Fortuner. So these cars we know are very tough and robust vehicles. So coming back to the Innova, right, in the many countries that I have ridden in the Innova, Malaysia seems to be the only one that offers the Innova with a petrol engine, because everywhere else I go, right, India, Thailand, wherever lah, where all the developing countries, when an Innova drives past me, there's always the sound of the diesel engine, okay, because they get the car with the diesel engine. Here in Malaysia, we get a 2-liter petrol engine. So that is a mystery that I have never been quite able to explain, because the Innova is a heavy vehicle. It is what, a 7-seater MPV. It is meant to carry heavy loads. The body on its own is already very heavy. Putting such a small capacity petrol engine on this car actually does not make sense. What this vehicle really needs is a diesel engine. What would really be great for this car is the 2.4-liter diesel from the Hilux. You see, the thing is this: when it comes to lugging the load of an MPV or an SUV, right? You know, all these vehicles with their big bodies and also the inevitably heavy payloads that they would carry. Low capacity petrol engines are tak boleh pakai one, cannot. What these cars always inevitably need will be engines that offer high torque, and that means either a large capacity petrol engine given a relaxed kind of tune. So we are talking about 2.7 or 3-liter engines, or a diesel. Now, of course, when you drive an Innova, right, it's not about speed. It's never about speed. I mean, in fact, the Innova is not a car that you would want to be driving enthusiastically in at all. But what you do need with this car is a lot of low-end torque, so that you are able to to pick up speed effortlessly. So when you need to accelerate, you do not need to work the engine ridiculously hard. Yeah, like simply put, right, in many situations, now this car has a 6-speed automatic transmission. The previous gen Innova had a 4-speed, but it is all too easy to find situations to expose the deficiencies of this engine. Yes, it now has dual VVTi, but it does not hide the fact that at the fundamental level, this engine does not have enough torque to pull the weight of this vehicle at a respectable rate. So let me give you an example. Let me illustrate to you. So right now I'm doing 60 kilometers per hour. In front, the gap has opened. Now I want to accelerate to catch up with the frontier there. Yeah, sink. So the transmission often has to hunt for gears, and you know, the engine has to work extra hard just to bring this vehicle up to speed. That same, you know, attempt just now, if I were to close this gap with the vehicle ahead, if I were to have a diesel engine, it would have been a lot more effortless. I would have needed to pull a lot fewer revs to catch up with traffic. Yeah, so the 2-liter petrol engine for the Innova, no, not a suitable engine at all. And what really surprises me is they have this engine with the previous model, and now this is a newer, bigger car. They have not improved on that offering. Yeah, I mean, okay, it is fair enough that you want to continue to offer the petrol engine as a base, but there should be the option of a diesel engine. Now, other aspects of the driving experience, there really is nothing to complain about within the context of this vehicle class. Well, as I said, it is based on a leather frame platform, so don't expect it to corner like a Ford S-Max, let's put it that way. But the comfort levels is actually rather good. It actually absorbs the bumps, the potholes, you know, the patches of road fairly well. It is the undulations, it is the long wave undulations that inevitably, you know, you still feel it in the cabin. But you know, when you're let's say when you're taking this car over Old Klang Road or any badly patched surface, it's not too bad. It is really not too bad. And the noise levels in the cabin, provided you don't have to, on occasions where you don't have to floor the engine too excessively, is okay. It is not a noisy car. So I would say the Innova is a pretty good package, really. It is a pretty decent MPV that you know this thing is tough as nails for one lah. Okay, if you need an MPV that is with robustness and ruggedness as your top priority, and you want something spacious, the Innova is not a bad choice. It is just that I wish this car had a diesel engine that would have made it a lot more relaxing to drive. And I don't think I would be interested in the Innova X lah. This is not a car that I would buy for its looks anyways. So if I were shopping for an Innova, I would just settle for the Innova G, save the 9,000 ringgit and take my wife for a holiday. But yeah, it boils down to that. The Innova is a useful car. It is a practical car that you can depend on, but it just needs a diesel engine. That's all. End of story. Okay? That concludes this review. Until my next video, thanks for watching. Bye for now.